Gemini, worth double bubble, but double jeopardy. There they are, Shane Howard, Brian Fountain, young Darrell Howard, and the creature with the Harmsworths, 3 generations, Grandad David, son Mark, granddaughter Eleanor.
1. Activate.
Nice splitting there. On the words activate to come in with a pincer movement on the creature and immediately flipping the creature up and over. The creature goes naked. Sheds its skin. Gemini. Part of Gemini on the attack. The other part is hanging back. Another flip of the creature. Little Eleanor from St. Bridget's School. Loves her Harry Potter books. Would love a fantastic magical ending to this, but I don't think it's going to happen. David Harmsworth, her granddad, loves singing opera. Well, it's never all over until the fat lady sings. And the fat creature is singing. Panic Attack, winners of the Second Wars. There's Kim Davis, very experienced, and Sore Point. Oh, Bossy Britches in the pits there. Go on, boys, get out into the arena.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Panic Attack's tactics here, quite clear, I would imagine. Get in, get underneath, flip it up and over. But look at the power there of Sore Point. And Panic Attack couldn't get it underneath the wedge first time. Can do with a second assault, though. Sore Point on its side, and the prong is crumpled and bent by the attack of Panic Attack. Look at that! I think the prong on the wheel of Sore Point was dug into the arena surface, and Panic Attack has really bent and buckled it. Now onto the arena side wall. Sore Point up, up, heave-ho! Here we go! Weep and woe for Sore Point, surely. Kim Davis, like a dog with a bone, will not give up now. Sore Point riding piggyback. They need to ride shotgun here and get back in on the assault. Panic Attack very much under control here. They've glued themselves on to Sore Point. They will not let go now. There's Kim Davis at the controls. His son Michael from Llantarnam Comprehensive looks on, and Christian Bridge, the newcomer from King's School in Macclesfield, delighted because they know Sore Point, brave newcomers, have been beaten here. Sore Point, this smoke there from the arena. Man trap. It's a bot trap, of course, in Robot Wars. Sore Point, beaten, bruised, buckled. Love the invention, though, of Stephen Thomas, the communications engineer, and Damien Smith, who helped design the robot, did the graphics for Sore Point as well. This is Dead Metal, of course. A pincer movement from the House Robots. They now know. Sore Point, Stephen Thomas and Damien Smith, you belong to them. Dead Metal on the right and Kill a Lot on the left. And Sore Point being tugged and twisted between the two. There they go, towards the pit. And doom and disaster. Well, no, not for me for Sore Point, because they've been great fun. And I hope we see them back again in the future. Panic Attack on the attack on Kill a Lot. And Kill a Lot will remember that, Kim Davis, you can be sure. Sore Point, of course, beaten and out of it. Kim Davis, Michael and Christian go through. Kill a Lot has a little glance at Panic Attack, and they can only watch on as the Welsh boys attack Shunt and the House Robots. In comes Bash. What are you doing, Panic Attack? You may smile. We'll be smiling on the other side of our faces. You wait and see. There's Razor then. Ian Lewis in the combat fatigue. Simon Scott alongside him. And Millie Ambag already looking as if it's been trashed. Jeff Warren, it's his baby dad, Jerry, alongside him.
1. Activate.
It's all about weaponry. Jerry Warren is a retired naval gun fitter on the ships, but they need some weapon power here. Millie Ambag to survive. In goes the pincer through the bulletproof body of Millie Ambag. Oh! And what do you require, sir? A number 1 cut, a number 2 cut, or just burnt straight off? Oh, I think I'll have the burn, thank you. Millie Ambag with a slightly burnt fringe. And the rest, the rest of the barn, it's just smouldering there. Still articulating, as we said before. It's just ominous, isn't it? This horrible, destructive weapon of Razor. The holes, by the way, in Razor, there are 450 of them drilled into the beak. You see them? That's to keep the weight down. Now, trying to rupture the connection between the two domes of Milian Bug. And a wheel has come off. Has the bug been bisected? Dissected? They obviously believe the weakness lies there in the wheels. Oh, what a horrible torture this is. It's like watching some maniacal, horrible schoolboy pulling legs off a spider. Revolting. And poor old Jeff Warren. It's his spider. Well, hardly a spider. Poor Milian. Oh dear. There goes another one. And it's just a grim battle of survival for Milian Bug. They can articulate no more. Well, they can up, of course, in the little control booth. And full of fun, the Warrens. Even Liz, mum. She's involved now. She's the retired chief medical officer of the Plymouth Blood Bank. And she needs some transfusion now. And of course, Razor is the winner. Oh, and in again, pushing the Warren boys away. In comes the pickaxe of Shunt. Off goes the Kevlar hair. Looks like spaghetti that's been left in the pan too long. Dead Metal now with the great circular saw. Oh, Matilda joining in the fun. What's Razor doing to Matilda? I really dread to think. There's Dead Metal. They're all having a little bit of Milian Bug. Ken, father of the twins, Dave and Derek Rose, and Wild Thing, Nick Adams. The driver, Isabel, his daughter, is the weapons operator. Ooh, a grimace too. Fresh out of school in Aldershot, Isabel and Jake. They really fancy this one. And why have they got the lifting arm raised so high? No, in on the attack, the Wild Thing underneath it. So that's a promising start. A little bit of a spin. Fronting up against Hypno-Disc again. Is that wise, I wonder? Oh! And immediately sent spinning away. Look at this. Bang and crash. Like a spinning top out there, but balanced on that little rear wheel. And again, trying to use the wedge to flip Hypno-Disc up and over. That really is the only tactic they can have, I would imagine, Wild Thing. A bumping, buffeting effect off Hypno-Disc. Hypno-Disc with a 1.5 inch ground clearance. So if they can use that wedge and get in underneath, it'll be interesting. A bang and a crash. Wild Thing turns away, still under controls. Nick Adams, a fine driver. Oh, but look at the damage sustained there on the side. Really bent and buckled, Wild Thing. And now wobbling and hobbling somewhat. And now crumpled and dented. And Hypno-Disc senses that victory and a place in the series final is just around the corner. And poor old Wild Thing have done just about everything they could. A shard of metal went flying across the arena then. Look at it, it really is damaged. Not Hypno-Disc, but Wild Thing, of course. One of the tyres totally crumpled, running awkwardly, but driving Hypno-Disc so bravely back into the claws of Dead Metal. Could this yet provide a huge upset? Wild Thing, Nick and Isabel Adams, and young Jake, so brave. Hypno-Disc gets away, comes on another charge. Is it just me, or was that disc spinning a little bit slow? It was just me. Don't worry, Hypno-Disc fans. The Wild Thing, how about this? For a battle, they've stopped the disc now. The disc has been stopped. There's the ref bot coming in. Can they immobilise Hypno-Disc? The Rose boys try to become a thorny subject for Wild Thing once again. And in the end, it was so brave, and the applause is for that.
Roboteers, stand by.
Really Big Cheese, Team Captain Roger Plant is fondue a big performance in Robot Wars. And Killatron. Richard Broad, the Team Captain, there on the left-hand side of controls, an aircraft interior fitter by trade.
3, 2, 1.
just any ordinary chunk of cheese. Oh, Gruyere, you want to come and bet on that. Kilotron on the left-hand side. There's Richard Broad. Oh, down comes his axe, but up comes the flipper of Willie Big Cheese! And Kilotron immediately turned over onto its coxcomb there. And can they recover their senses and their place in Robot Wars? That was a sensational flip from Willie Big Cheese. What power, and again, actually flicks itself up and over, doesn't it? But can right itself, of course. Oh, there's the old piggyback. This is great stuff. Kilotron, over and out. Look at this. Willie Big Cheese underneath. Hey, up and over you go. The axe for the brunt of the fall. I don't know whether or not the Kilotron axe will be bendy, pliable, or damaging after that. Sensational stuff from Willie Big Cheese, so impressive. Kilotron's just about okay, rocking and a reeling. Willie Big Cheese on the attack again, with the wedge of cheese. Hard cheddar for Kilotron. Hey! Up and over once again. It's a spree for the Bree boys of Wheelie Big Cheese. And Kilotron now about to be attacked by Matilda, by Killalot. Go on, Tilda, you have a go now, says Killalot. Oh, you're too slow, Matilda. Killalot wants to drag it away. Oh, poor old Kilotron. Richard and Abdul and Ian. So much painstaking care on these robots. We have fun with them, but you have our admiration out there, each and every one of you. Well, obviously not her admiration. See, once you torched and pitted. Cruella de Vil, it must have been out there in the audience. Kilotron's pink paint at the moment. Oh, it's smoking and burning. And pink paint punctured hopes of Kilotron. The chainsaw of Matilda. This really is making me weep with joy. Oh, a slow slice. It's better actually when the pain is slower than House Robert. I find. I don't know about you back at home, but I certainly do. And Dead Metal and Matilda and Killalot. Go on, end it now. Kilotron into the pit, for mercy's sake. Well done, Wheelie Big Cheese, and mighty impressive it was too. From Roger Plant and Co. and poor old Richard Abdul and Ian. Well, they've gone defiant to the end. It's too late now. You're out. Go home. There's Pussycat, now with the team captain Robin Herrick there in the middle. Young David Gribble, the driver, and Thermidor 2. David Harding on the right, Ian Harvey at the controls, Eli Kirkpatrick's 12. Tested Thermidor 2 in the kitchen at home. Pussycat, we've seen beat Razor. Pussycat, though, at the moment, flipped over by Thermidor 2 once and twice. It's not just the claws here, it is that front flipper on Thermidor 2, and look at the damage sustained there for Pussycat, coming down and again just tossed up in the air here like a cat on a hot tin roof. Pussycat comes down. All that business about Newton's law, I thought it was when an apple fell out of a tree. This is Pussycat falling out of the air onto the arena floor. There's the ref bot coming in for a little glance. You may have noticed around the necks of the Pussycat boys pieces of rubber strung. Trophies of war, pieces of razor, collected, strung up, put round their necks as a grisly reminder of previous success. But at this moment in time, I'd say Thermidor 2 just about on top against Robin Herrick's team. Is it now time for Pussycat to come back, trying to sever the claws there with that circular blade? And look at the damage here, slicing in to the very head of the lobster. A great gash appears, dented down the spine as well. And a worry for the Thermidor 2 boys. David Harding, an electronic engineer, Ian Harvey, an automatic inserter. Young Eli's at Heartsea School. Come from Norwich. The Pussycat boys from Gloucester, trying to chase them home though. Pussycat again with a circular blade. Outermost. Powered by electronic motors. Ooh, and they
came back strongly. This will go to the judges.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Replacing the grand final against Pussycat. Chaos 2 lining up the flipper immediately to get in underneath the back axle of Stinger. But that won't worry Stinger. But bounce, spin and come down. Look at the bounce of those customised motorbike wheels. Little damage. You have to get Stinger towards the arena wall, Chaos 2, and get him out of the arena. And also dodge that swinging pendulum axe type mace. Bang and crash. Bash! There's George Francis at the controls of Chaos 2. Little Richard from Castleville Junior School alongside him, and another attack on Stinger. The flipper rises, settles into its mounting. Chaos 2 hops and skips. A little bit of a jump, turns. Stinger also spins. Oh, and there's the power of the weapon. Did you see crashing on the side there of Chaos 2? At the moment, though, polycarbonate aluminium strong enough, but they've got into a CPZ. That's done. And I think they might have sustained damage. Have a look at this again. As they go into Stinger here, look, the backplate comes off. That's what Kevin Scott said he'd do. Knock the backplate off, and George Francis now knows that the very innards of Chaos 2 are vulnerable and exposed. They went into the CPZ, which wasn't good control, and also they've left themselves now vulnerable to attack. Surely not another major surprise here. Both the favourites, the seeds, to crash out. Chaos 2 has a lot of work to do, because if this goes to the judges, they will mark on damage, style, control and aggression, and Stinger, very aggressive. Of course the damage. Chaos 2 needs to get in under another couple of flips. Again, I wonder how many machines in future wars will copycat the design of Stinger. Chaos 2 has bashed it into the CPZ, and now Dead Metal, momentarily had Stinger in its claws. Away goes Stinger. Look at this. This is a good drive here by Chaos 2. Digging in deep. Stinger flicked up into the CPZ. Dead Metal had control. Chaos 2 tried to roll them both out of the arena. And Stinger dug deep with the mace itself. Lives to fight again. Spin Stinger. This is going to be close. I just wonder whether that damage you can see there could be telling as it goes to the judges to decide who leads Pussycat in the grand final of Robot War. And David there on the left and Alan in the middle.
2, 1. Activate.
They're getting Mark Holland, the brother-in-law of Alan, very much a part of the Onslaught team. Didn't fancy this, did they? Let's be honest. They want to stay out of punishing range of Razor, dodging around Matilda. How about that? Matilda, you were far too slow there. They got in behind Matilda and totally left her for dead. Onslaught trying to stay away from Razor. That's more important, of course. Matilda wants revenge. You can't make me look like a daft old what? I'm not too sure. One hates to think about descriptions for Matilda, really. Stuff of nightmares. Oh, look at that. They've driven straight onto the Razor beak. And Razor know. That's Vinny Blood there with the thumbs up. They know now they've got Onslaught. They can do with Onslaught exactly what they want. And that is to let them go, because they know they can come in and crash. There was an attack of the beak weapon. They've got Onslaught by the tyre, by the wheel, a crash. And Onslaught, well, the tyre only slightly shredded, and it looks to me as if they've got full power and momentum. Or have they? Razor again worrying and nagging, and they pace themselves magnificently in this Southern Annihilator to come strong at the end. Onslaught, well, we better have a go. Charging headlong at Razor. Do you know, I'm not too sure whether they've got full crushing ability or whether they have done throughout. The tyre now fully shredded, so the damage was done. Look at that, the tyre, which had been shredded in the earlier attack, seemed to be okay, but no, it wasn't. And that will be a major problem now for Onslaught's traction on the arena floor. Razor bumps and bashes. Again, almost tentative, though, with the claw. Almost as if they don't want yet to pierce the steel chassis and the covering armour of Onslaught. Onslaught away, beyond Matilda, beyond the flame, spurting out from the arena floor. They're the remnants of its time. Oh, what are they doing? What are they doing? Straight back into the CPZ. In comes Razor. Onslaught on its side. And I mentioned beforehand,
If it was flipped over, it could stream itself right, but not on its side. I don't think so. Against the arena wall, and Matilda pressurized and punctured by Razor. Oh dear! Look at that! Matilda taking one on the shell. The rear of Matilda has never been quite seen like this before, and I have to say, thank goodness Matilda is on fire. Razor is destroying Matilda. There's the flame from Matilda. The tusks were raised. I think it was just the last sort of nervous spasm of Matilda. They're in major... Tildy, what's happened to you? Call on all your friends, the house robots. Kill a lot, do the gallant thing, take on Razor. Onslaught's long been forgotten. Matilda, kill a lot. You're a knight of the realm, sir. Get in, sir, and protect your Tildy. No, sir. No such fear. We'll let Tildy bear the brunt of the attack of Razor. Is there anything left of Matilda, I wonder? Onslaught, there's Sergeant Bash to have a jet. There's nothing left of Onslaught, I'm sure. And just when Matilda thought she was away, back come Razor. Down goes the pit. Go on, chuck Tildy down there. Get Matilda in the pit. Oh, Matilda, what's happened to you, dear? I think it's time you took a long rest, Matilda. Go on. Take a long convalescence, Matilda. Killalot, was Killalot nudging Matilda towards the pit there, everyone? I'm not too sure. The house robots seem to be teaming up with Razor against poor old Matilda. What's going on? Billy Blood and the Razor team have won this Southern Annihilator. Poor old Matilda, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What on earth has happened to the darling of Robot Wars? Matilda, yes, I know, it's sad, isn't it? But she is our darling. Oh, Matilda, we will not waltz with you for a while, it would seem. On the flame pit again. Well, Onslaught, eventually. Dead Metal doing the right thing by Matilda. Onslaught in the pit. Razor have won the Southern Annihilator. And now Sir Killalot can come in for revenge. You're a little bit too late, Knight of the Realm. But what's to happen to poor old Matilda from now on in the red pot? Taking one last lingering look. Will this be the last we ever see of Matilda, I wonder? Razor, strong enough to be our Southern survivors.
Roboteers, stand by.
Hypno-Disc, awesome with the Rose family, twin brothers Dave and Derek and dad Ken, a retired engineer, and there's Splinter with Stuart Waitman, dad, and 15-year-old Craig.
3, 2, 1.
Craig's plan just runs straight to Hypno-Disc. He's utterly balmy. Or is he? Was that a worthwhile tactic? That certainly isn't. He's done all the hard work, charged at Hypno-Disc, got away, and then ran straight at the arena wall. Back again. What a brave effort this is from Splinter. Drive straight on. Could this be one of the biggest shocks ever in Robot Wars? It's certainly a valiant effort so far from Splinter. If they keep attacking on a frontal collision with that disc, they'll protect their more vulnerable sides, of course, Splinter. And maybe, who knows? Oh, no, they won't. There goes the scoop at the front. They didn't quite turn the right way. They turned right into the spinning disc. Things did not go according to plan. And the delight of Ken Rose speaks for itself. There's not much left of Splinter now. Oh dear. Off comes the side. This is painful to watch for the Splinter team. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's marvellous stuff. Look at Splinter. Is there anything left there that works at all? Let's still trying valiantly to cover the arena floor. I think that's it now. I don't think there's any controls left. The very innards. Poor old Craig still trying to get... Oh dear, we're seeing it again. Trying to get some sort of traction and mobility out of Splinter. Craig, give it up, mate. Oh, off it comes again. One of the front arms is buckled, tattered and torn. In comes Dead Metal for a slice of what's nice and good for a house robot. The very innards and machinery of Splinter. The draw was hard luck for the Waitmans, but you run the risks and you take the chances in Robot Wars. When you enter, you know what's going to happen to your machines.
if you fail at the highest level, and I'm afraid at the very highest level against the awesome power of Hypno-Disc. Been left in splinters somewhat, haven't they? And at least they're smiling. It's gallows humour, of course. Well done, the Wakeman, Stuart and Craig from Taverham High School in Norwich. Great sports. And back to the old drawing board with not a lot of pieces to build on for next time around.
Number 1 and reigning champion, Chaos 2.
Can they become the first to successfully defend the title? George Francis on the left, Ian Swan on the right with son Richard.
From Gloucester, seed number 19, Pussycat.
The challengers, brainchild of Robin Herrick there in the middle, Alan Gribble on the right and son David on the left.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Two of the best drivers in Robot Wars history, young David and of course George Francis, Pussycat with the blade, Chaos 2 with the flipper, even Stephen so far. Pussycat manoeuvres to come in on an attack, no dodges. There's David Gribble at the controls on the right, a student. Wants to work in special effects, and the effect of Chaos 2's flipper is to lift Pussycat up and over once and twice, tumbles onto its side. Rights itself. Aggressive work here from Chaos 2. Learning its lesson from a nervy battle against Stinger. Again on the attack, flipping Pussycat up and over. Chaos 2 could be on the way here to defending the Robot Wars Grand title. Pussycat upended, comes smashing down again. You can see the damage it's causing to the arena floor there. Look at the sawdust everywhere on the arena floor. In underneath, Pussycat again on its side. Chaos. Theory? No. Fact, says one of the banners. Chaos 2, oh, something gets wedged there. On our own arena floor flipper. This is the ref cam on the ref bot. Just judging to see if there's any foul play. At the moment, though, it's the kitty cat on the attack. What on earth was that came off? Look at this, something went very high. It was off the back of Chaos 2. I think it was only superficial. It was. Chaos 2 in underneath Pussycat. Chaos 2 has had a bumping though and a bruising. George Francis tentative at the controls, and it's Pussycat now on the upper and certainly finishing this stronger. I wonder if that was damage then to Chaos 2, because it certainly seems to have lost a little bit of its manoeuvrability, its speed across the arena floor, and I think Chaos 2 is damaged here. Pussycat's on its side, both of them limping, war, weary, veterans of battle after battle after battle scar. There is something wrong with Pussycat's blade. It is not working. That's why they can't really right themselves as quickly as they have been before. Chaos 2, one last full frontal assault. Now senses victory is nigh. Oh, and very nearly got Pussycat up and out of the arena. Look at that. It would have been the third time in these wars that Chaos 2 has lifted an opponent up and clear away out of the arena. Also smashed into one of our cameras, as we heard earlier, and now pushes Pussycat into the CPZ. Chaos 2 will have to get away from Shunt. Do or die there, wasn't it really? It's death or glory for these two now. Pussycat, the weapon immobilized. George Francis, has he won it? Or has it gone to the Pussycat boys?